Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by whispering forests and golden wheat fields, there lived a woodcutter with his 3 daughters. Their cottage stood at the edge of the village, small yet warm, filled with laughter, songs, and the smell of fresh bread each morning. The eldest daughter was gentle and dreamy. The second was clever but curious, and the youngest, she was sharp as a needle and calm as moonlight. One cold evening, when the wind howled like a hungry wolf, there came a knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. The woodcutter opened it and found a frail beggar standing there, bent under the weight of a basket. "Good sir," croaked the beggar, his voice like dry leaves, "may I have a piece of bread?" The eldest daughter, kind-hearted and trusting, hurried forward with warm bread in her hands. The beggar smiled strangely, touched her arm, and in a blink she vanished into his basket. The beggar straightened his back, no longer weak, and strode away into the dark forest with terrible speed. The family searched all night, crying her name, but she was gone, swallowed by the forest's shadows. Days passed, and sorrow hung over the cottage like fog. Then one evening, knock, knock, knock. The beggar returned. The second daughter opened the door this time, brave but curious. Again he begged for bread, again a touch, a flash, and she too disappeared into the basket. The woodcutter fell to his knees, broken, while the youngest daughter clenched her fists and whispered, "If he comes again, I will not be fooled. I will watch and I will think." And sure enough, on a misty morning, the beggar came once more. This time, the youngest daughter stepped forward with calm eyes. "Bread for you," she said quietly. The beggar touched her, and she too vanished into the basket. But inside her heart, she made a promise, "I will not be afraid, I will survive." The beggar carried her deep into the forest, to a grand house hidden among twisted trees. Its towers gleamed like moonlight, its doors carved with silver roses. It looked beautiful, but the air smelled cold, like secrets and forgotten tears. The beggar stood tall now, no longer weak. His eyes burned like coals. "I am Fitcher," he said softly, "and you will live here happily. Everything you desire is yours, except one room." He handed her a ring of shining keys and a small golden egg. "Go anywhere you wish," he said, "but never open the little door with the tiny key, and keep the egg safe, always." She bowed her head and smiled politely, but inside, her thoughts raced like storm clouds. When he left the next morning, she explored the house. Oh, what wonders she saw! Rooms full of jewels, dresses soft as clouds, tables piled with fruits and sweets. Yet the house was silent, too silent, like a tomb pretending to be a palace. At last, she reached the forbidden door. The tiny key glinted. Her hands trembled, but her mind stayed sharp. She placed the egg safely on a cushion, far away, then slowly opened the door. Creak! Inside stood a basin filled with blood and pieces of girls. Arms, ribbons, golden hair, and in horror she recognized her sisters. She gasped, but did not scream. No tears, no fear, think. She gathered every piece gently, carefully, like assembling a broken doll. Head, hands, feet, heart pounding. And suddenly, the sisters breathed. They opened their eyes. "Oh, sister," they cried, hugging her. "You saved us." But danger was close. She hid them in a closet and cleaned the room spotless. When Fitcher returned, he smiled coldly. "The egg? The keys?" She handed them calmly. Not a drop of blood. His eyes flickered with surprise. "You have passed the test. You shall be my bride." But the girl only smiled quietly and began to plan. That night, while Fitcher slept, she whispered to her sisters. "Tomorrow you will go home," she said. "I will trick him." At dawn, she filled a basket with gold coins and jewels. Beneath them, she hid her sisters. "Take this to my parents," she told Fitcher sweetly, "as a wedding gift." The basket was heavy as iron. Fitcher groaned under its weight. But as he walked, whenever he stopped to rest, a voice from inside cried, "I see you resting, walk on." He jumped up each time, sweating, frightened that his bride watched from afar. Finally, he delivered the basket. The parents wept with joy to see their daughters alive. Meanwhile, the clever girl prepared the wedding feast. She decorated a skull with flowers and jewels, set it in the attic window so it looked like a smiling bride. Then she dipped herself in honey, rolled in feathers, and became a strange bird-like creature. When wedding guests met her, they asked, "Fitcher's bird, where do you come from?" She answered softly, "From Fitcher's house." "And what does his bride do?" "She sweeps the house clean and looks from the attic window." When Fitcher saw the skull, he waved happily, thinking it was his bride. Oh, foolish wizard! Inside, laughter waited for him. As the guests feasted and laughed, the girl's brothers and villagers crept toward the house with torches. Doors shut, windows sealed, flames rose. Fitcher screamed as fire roared around him. His evil friends howled, trapped by their own wickedness. The house burnt like a cursed star, crackling, roaring, glowing red against the dark forest sky. From afar, the sisters watched, trembling yet strong. "No more fear," said the youngest. "No more tears." By dawn, nothing remained but ashes. The sisters returned home, embraced by their father, free at last, and the forest seemed lighter, kinder, as if evil itself had been chased away. Years later, children sang songs about the strange bird who fooled a wizard. In villages and castles, mothers told the tale. "Curiosity without wisdom is danger," they said. "Cleverness with courage is power." The youngest sister grew wise and strong, teaching others to think before acting, to be brave but careful, kind but sharp. And whenever someone heard a mysterious song in the forest wind, they smiled and whispered. That is Fitcher's bird, reminding us to be wise. The sisters lived long and happy lives, never forgetting the dark house in the forest. They remembered fear, but also courage. They remembered loss, but also love. And they taught their children this truth. Evil hides behind friendly masks. Do not trust blindly. Think, observe, be grave. The youngest sister would say with a smile, "A sharp mind is stronger than magic, and courage, guided by wisdom, saves lives." And so, the tale of Fitcher's bird flew across lands like a shining feather, reminding hearts everywhere. Curiosity must walk with wisdom. Trust must walk with thought. And even the darkest wizard can be defeated by a brave and clever girl.